Hey YouTubers, we're back for another video. Today we're going to talk about a method in cooking rock with a turkey roaster. You have basically three methods. You have a fire pit, you got your turkey roaster, and you got your kilns. Some of us can't afford kilns, some of us hate buying charcoal, so I use a turkey roaster. If it's a small chert type, then you can easily cook it with a turkey roaster. They go up to about 450 degrees. A lot of your Texas stuff will cook. A lot of your coastal plains cherts will cook. Coral will not cook. K-County will cook. Your higher temperature to turn it pink, you can't do that. Burlington, you can't cook it here. Evaculite, nope. Obsidian, no, don't need to cook it. Let's see. But most of them are, pretty basic. If it don't work, you throw it in the bucket and you wait till you get an opportunity to use a kiln or build your fire. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how I do it on my turkey roaster and demonstrate that where you place the rock might depend on if it's broke or not when you get it out. Most of you may not know what a turkey roaster is. It's basically a giant crock pot. It's got a dial on the front, temperature gauge. This in here is a I don't know what kind it is, but it's a good one. I got it at Home Depot, 30 bucks. It'll go up to 450 degrees. And this is what you do whenever you get one. You remove the lid. Inside a turkey roaster, you got all your cooking stuff and all that. Well, there's a tray there. This pan. Give that to your wife or something, because you don't need it. What you're looking for is this. You're looking for basically the heating coils and the dial and a container. If you use the pan, what you're doing is you're losing a little bit of space, you're losing a lot of temperature because it's got a barrier probably about 1 inch wide all the way around it. So you're losing a little bit of your heat through that. And we want to keep all the heat we can because we want to get it as hot as we can. So what we do, you got your turkey roaster, got your tray out of the way, got your lid out of the way. Take dry sand. I usually just pour enough in there to get the bottom. Let me see if I can just ease over this way a little bit to get the bottom filled. Alright, once I do that, I got all my spalls that I want to cook. So what I do is I've got some that are thin. See, that's only about a 1/2 inch thick. Alright. And then I've got some like this, which are 1.5 inches thick. Some of them are thick. What we're going to do with it, we try to keep our thicker stuff to the center. We use our thin stuff, we put it in the corners. Because that's your highest heat. It's going to be in the corners. Here's a big old nice piece. It's pretty thin. It'll make a good point out of it there. But we'll put it in the corners because it'll take more heat than the thicker stuff will. It's pretty thick, but it's not real thick, so we just kind of leave that to the edge. Get some more. By the way, this is all Coastal Plains chert from Georgia. Pretty good stuff. It works good raw, but I like to heat it sometimes. There's a pretty piece. This is some Florida chert. In fact, that's pinhead coral right there. We're going to try it. I want it to get pretty hot, so I'm going to put it in the corner. It takes a lot of heat to cook that pinhead. Some old chert. So I put the bigger stuff, kind of keep to the center. Small little pieces like this go to the edge. Boy, look at that fancy thing. That's a piece of something. We're going to hope it gets hot because it needs to be cooked some more. Alright, there's another big old piece of chert. We'll put that in there. Alright, once you get them in there like that, ain't that beautiful? You take the sand, come back and put a little more sand. Fill the voids. And you get you some more rock. Boy, that piece, we ain't gonna cook that because I don't look like it's worth cooking. There's a pretty piece of banded stuff. We'll put it in here. It's pretty thick, so we'll kind of put it to the center. There's a piece of K County, I believe. Heck, we'll cook it too. See, that's a big old thick piece. So it's not going to be extremely hot, so it will take the heat without cracking it and blowing it up. This is a piece of chert, pretty thin. We'll stick it in the corners. There's a big old nodule. We'll wait on that. Big old thin. Boy, I love these kind of like this. So thin, flat pieces. Man, make me cry if I had a box of them. There's a piece of pinhead coral. That's pretty stuff. We'll kind of keep it down here with this other piece of pinhead. Some Flint River. Some of it I cook, some of it I don't. Most of it I leave alone. If you notice that water, the moisture in the rock, the sand sticking to it. So what I do at that point is I leave the rock cooking at around 200 degrees for about 8 hours, 8, 9, 10 hours, something like that. Just your choice. You pick. It don't matter. It's either gonna blow up or it's gonna stay together. One. But I put it in there. Put some more sand on it. Fill all the voids. Dry sand. For those of you who have cats, do not ever leave your lid off your cooker. That's your helpful hint for today. The next batch of rocks you cook will smell kind of funny. Yes, that's experience. Alright. Got some more thin stuff. Little bitties. Once you nap a little bit, you realize you don't need a 600-pound boulder every time you start to nap. You just need a rock with a little bit of thickness. And try to, like on them edges like that, you see a big old sharp edge, turn that baby doll down. You don't want to stick your hand in there on it when you go to get all this stuff out. You'll be excited to get your goodies, and next thing you know, you'll slice your hand up. Boy, that's a beautiful piece of pinhead coral. Let's try to cook it. See if we can blow that rascal up. Alright. Some little bitty razors, put them in there. If you know what everything cooks at, then you can cook it all together. If you ain't got a clue, then, well, you might want to cook one at a time or something. One type of rock. But once I get all my rock in there like I want it, I cover it up. Once you get it all covered up, put the lid on it, you're ready to go.